Good evening, honored guests, and welcome to this most spectral of gatherings, a Halloween one-shot presented by Dice Party. If you have yet to show your devotion, do consider liking, sharing, and rating our little séance of stories, and follow us through the shadowy corridors of your favorite social realms. Now settle into your seats, steel your mortal hearts, and prepare yourselves, for the revelry is about to begin, and the spirits are eager to join the party.
Last time on Dice Party.
Yes, so you guys were going to basically the family graveyard, a good addition that any house should have. Really, just all your dead relatives in one place, Finding out that there was a spurned lover being in quotations. What happens is you walk in, you see there is obviously several different places for bodies, just not mummified, but more just like have coverings and everything over their suits and everything like that they were buried in. You cast Speak with Dead. It goes, it sits up and looks at you and just stares.
So, what? I guess I should have had a question.
Yeah. That does tend to help, my boy.
Rupert?
If that is your name.
I am not.
You are Rupert, aren't you?
I am not.
You're not Rupert?
No, I am not.
Stop. Will?
Ah! Appears his name is Gordon. I have a hunch that he was your 16th husband.
Elias, as you pick up the skull, with that natural 20, it takes you mere seconds to realize that what you're holding is not, in fact, authentic human bone. You are holding what appears to be very well carved and very well painted and aged wood. A decoration, if you will.
This, we seem to have been a little bit tricked here.
Perhaps Rupert jumbled all the corpses up and just to get us in a tizzy, and his corpse obviously isn't here because he's in my house for some godforsaken reason, and that's what he put in his stead.
And as you guys are in here, what happens, all the candles and everything that are lit just snuffs out, and no light whatsoever. It's completely dark in here. And then that is immediately cast aside by the fact that centered upon Elias is a fireball spell. You guys are all within the general proximity of each other, so it's gonna hit all of you. So with a 15, you are piecing together an idea, and you're thinking to yourself, like, oh, wait, I mean, there's the scorch box, and they were branching out this way. I see that it came from this source, or around this square, and then you look over at Elias, and yeah, he's damaged, but he seems to be damaged the least. You have the least scorch marks, I should say, on you.
Oh, okay.
And you're able to suss out that the source was Elias himself.
He was rather fond of the billiard room, which most of my husbands quite enjoyed. A tawdry game. I don't know why they all loved it so, but I could show you where it is. It's not very far.
So as you're at the seat and everything, you find there was like some cigar butts, whatever. And they, again, nothing really in this house can age because of the way the house works. So it's always going to be good, I guess. You can smoke it right there if you want it. But you pick it up, you look at it, and then you put it back down. And as you press it down, you actually hear a click, and your chair goes into the wall, past the bookcase that is sitting behind you.
So we're in
and
Casper
then
now.
The door goes, and then the bookcase closes back. You guys see a red glow coming from the other end of the hallway.
Axe immediately.
These 10 times do have two people in them. Rupert, alongside his loving wife, Millicent Ebonvale. You guys touch the skull.
And I turn and I face and put it directly in front of Millicent's face. Does this look like Rupert?
And then at that time, all the bones assemble into one body, And then just the eyes glow. And then you see like almost like a holographic face of Rupert. You've already seen what he looks like. You see the pictures.
Right.
But then you see a stronger vision of Rupert. And he goes...
Welcome back to the spooky, scary tales of Dice Party.
As we zoom back into the story, you guys had just gotten the bones of Mr. Rupert, and someone in the party who, unbeknownst to him, had the ability to cast Speak with Dead once by the next corpse they touch, which is very fitting for this campaign. So what happens there is Speak with Dead has been cast upon him.
So, does this look like Rupert?
Well, that's not quite the way I remember him. He's a little thinner and more gaunt than I recall. Then again, I tried not to look at him often.
And then that's that moment's when the bones assemble and on the body, and then Rupert's visage comes through, and he's like, "Oh, drat."
Hello, awful seeing you again, Rupert. Now, would you mind telling me why you're cursing my blasted house?
Haven't you died yet? Because you were such a horrible wretch in life, I'm making sure that the rest of your life is torturous.
If it was so terrible, then why would you come back? You were free.
Ah, you would think I was free, wouldn't you? I wasn't.
Yes. Which is why I asked. He wasn't very bright, was he?
No, my dear. No.
Do you know what's keeping you here to the house?
My soul has been severed to this house because of your dark magics, your witchcraft, your voodoo, hoodoo, whatever you want to call it.
No. I am tied to the house because I... How would she say
Glad
that?
you had to stutter for a second because my brain went immediately to Tarzan.
I
and
knew
I had to
it!
stop myself.
I knew that's where your brain went.
I'm James.
I was like, oh God, don't say anything.
No.
Because I didn't know that you were gonna fumble it, so I was just like, God, shut up.
Anyway, he says, your dark magics have tethered me to this house for all eternity.
Well, that was unintentional. I definitely did not mean to be stuck with you for the rest of eternity, I can assure you. Surely there's a way we can fix it. Beaker, any ideas?
It's your fault.
No. God, I hate you guys.
No.
Perhaps there's a book or an enchantment you use that ended up connecting him to this house, much like your butler there.
Yes, my book. Edgar, you can't really fetch the book itself, but can you bring me the spectral version that you usually carry around?
What happens is, when you call for Edgar with your book and everything, you can kind of see out in that hallway a little bit still. Edgar faces through the wall, but he actually, for some reason, cannot enter this room. He is stuck. He stopped at the door, and he's just like...
Oh, Edgar, stop playing around. Get in here. I need your help. Get rid of this nuisance in our home.
Rupert starts laughing. I shake him. He's like, you hear bones rattling.
I don't think now's the time for melodrama there, Rupert.
Do you want to be freed from this house and from me, or do you not?
I will be free soon enough. Don't you worry about that.
Can you crush his skull in your hand or something?
I mean, it is possible.
Start saying, don't tempt him. He'll do it.
I can try.
This one actually, you guys notice that as you're asking questions, he doesn't seem to immediately answer the question. Even like, why do you think that? Like, obviously, like that was not directed towards him, but these other spirits you've summoned, the dead that you summoned, they answer those right away. Counted as a question. They could be knocked off right then and there. He hasn't done that, it seems.
He may not be fully under the same type of spell and restrictions that they were.
It's an option if you want to think that way.
Could I do an Arcana check?
You could.
I'm also doing a strength check.
Okay. So you're gonna crush the skull?
I'm not going to crush it per se. I'm going to apply pressure.
You're gonna Arcana from our
Yes.
boy Edmund.
I got a 9.
Or Elias, not Edmund.
Elias.
Who's Edmund? But Elias, yes. What was your Arcana?
9.
9. Okay. Well, so you definitely clock that he's like kind of behaving differently, but you're not sure why. Millicent, did you have something you wanted to roll, or did you?
I actually want to try to convince him to let me get my book.
While you get put a bow on that.
assisting in your persuasion.
While you put a bow on that, what was your strength check, sir?
A 23.
Mr. Beaker.
22.
22. Okay. Yeah, with that 22 strength check, you said you're just kind of palming the skull and
I'm
putting pressure on it.
applying pressure with my hand.
You guys do, while he's doing this, you do hear some dry cracks on that skull. Not like a full breakthrough, but more like a wood beam is starting to give.
I could if I wanted to. I'm just letting you know.
Millicent, what were you wanted to roll persuasion? What were you gonna say?
I would like to persuade Rupert. Well, I got a 14.
Total?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay.
She's gonna look at Rupert and just say, "Darling, I did not bind you here to watch you sulk like some second-rate phantom. Let me go fetch my book. I shall unlace your chains, and you may yet drift into the afterlife with what dignity you have left."
With a 14, you said?
Yeah.
Cool.
His
And
extra.
with his helping you with his 22 and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty good help.
That's really good help. Yeah.
Am I 9?
And then with
from
your
Arcana?
I'm helping too.
Rolling
You're
the
off.
wrong
You're off
thing.
in the corner, like just thinking really hard.
Right.
And then so
Vibes.
with everything you said, 14 plus the assistance from good old Beaker here with crushing of the skull. He looks at you and he says, "I'm not going to stop you from leaving this room. I cannot guarantee your safety if you do."
What is he talking about? Edgar? He can't harm me if I go out there, can he?
Edgar's like standing in the hallway, going he's just like shrugging and like shaking his head. I don't know.
Edgar, put the book on the chair and then push the lever. Oh, right, you can't do that either. What? Useless! I'm surrounded by useless people.
Edgar just furrowed eyebrows, glares at you, just like, "Are you kidding me?"
She's frustrated,
Beaker
okay?
leans out from behind the skull and stares.
And then, of course, you got Elias in the corner thinking really hard, not doing well in that Arcana check. Like,
So, just to frame things a little bit, it's kind of sounding like maybe Rupert doesn't want to leave until he's ended your life.
Well, that will be extremely hard to do,
Kind of
considering I'm not alive, but I'm not dead either, so...
Until you've moved on.
Just, I'm pretty sure that's impossible.
I mean, I'm sure I could figure a way out.
I'd rather not. Can we find a different way to defeat the creepy pony version of Rupert?
I mean, we could just kill him.
That works for me. Carry on.
Rupert, sir. Rupert, in what way would it be most beneficial for you to go away so that I may also leave this place?
You might want to hurry so you don't turn into a piece of furniture or other random things that seem to happen to people. One man grew a tail.
he looks at Elias and he looks at Beaker, and as best he can, just because he's being palmed
Can't
right
turn
now,
his head.
like looking up. He says, "You two, I will gladly let go as long as you leave her to me."
Don't listen to him. That's a terrible idea. We're safer in numbers.
Well, you see, the problem is that this is a job, and I can't leave until the job is finished.
See, exactly. He's a man of honor. I truly appreciate that about
So
him.
you two would choose an eternity of torture.
I could squeeze a little harder.
By all means do. I'm dead, you dolt.
It's gonna be pretty hard to haunt a place when you don't have a soul place to haunt it back to.
Elias is kind of thinking about that statement.
Leave it in.
Rupert's kind of like, what? So, with that, he says, if you choose to elect yourself to an eternity of torture and torment, then by all means, stay. My power is almost at full value.
Elias is gonna walk over, and I'm gonna say, Edgar, Edgar, could you show me where the physical copy of the book is, so I could grab it? Maybe it would help.
He gives a solid nod, just like, oh, okay, that sounds like a plan.
Okay, I'm gonna follow him.
So as you break the barrier of the room and leave into the hallway, you do hear Rupert chuckle. Just that.
I do believe this is a bad idea.
Strength check, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
For Mr. Beaker?
Yeah.
What's that?
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Of course it is.
Are you
I'm applying a little bit more pressure.
Gotcha. Like basically the way I'm counting it is the higher you roll, like the more control you have, essentially. With a dirty 20, for sure.
Yeah.
Considering Whiskers can somewhat understand me, that's kind of been established. Can I send message to Whiskers?
As long as they're within 120 feet, this is a big house.
Whiskers follows me around, so he's definitely with me. Millicent is going to send message down to Whiskers and just say, Whiskers, go fetch my book. Ensure that Mr. Elias is safely seen to the library and back, and don't let anyone or anything get in your way.
You get a sounding meow response.
Good boy. I'll have some tuna for you later. You hear his weirdly creepy bone purr. It's just like a bunch of bones rattling.
Rattling bone purr.
It's like terribly unsettling.
Sounds like a way to get out of the military. Just like, I have bone purrs.
Bone spurs? No. My
nah,
bones
you
purr.
misheard me, sir. It's much worse. I have bone purrs. So what happens is you leave the room, like I said, and you hear Rupert
laugh.
begin to chuckle under his breath, but just kind of like a light chuckle.
I'm extremely tempted to just fire an Eldritch Blast at his skull, but I figure Beaker has that under control.
He's already
And I
been
should just
damaged
let
a little
him do
bit
his
from the
thing.
strength check, so an
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast might just make it explode.
I'm not saying that that's not the result I want. Kind of like, hey, Rupert, shut up.
I've had enough of you. So Elias and Edgar are on their way to the library. While they are trekking towards the library, anything that Beaker or Millicent want to do in the meantime? Or are you guys planning on staying in this room? Are you going to ask it one more question? Or
I would like to command him.
if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's a wisdom save on the person you're casting it on.
Yeah, wisdom save of 14.
Are you casting it at a certain level, or are you...
I'm casting it at level 5.
So it is a wisdom save of how much?
14.
Okay. Okay. So what is your goal here?
So basically it sounds like I've never used dominate person, but it sounds like I basically get to boss him around, which is Millicent's favorite thing to do in the whole world. So basically her goal is to tell him, like command him to let Edgar in and Elias with the book. Millicent's gonna basically turn to Rupert's, I guess, skull and just say, Rupert, I demand that you let me get my book so that we can figure this out like adults, even though you never knew how to act like one. Let us be civilized.
With that, he kind of just looks, and a bit of a glaze goes over his eyes, ish, because like he's just a visage, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But he kind of has his eyes kind of go still, and he's kind of blinks it for a second. He's like, strange. What were you saying? Yes, but well, we shall see about that. Like he seems kind of very like,
Muddled.
yeah, like you've befuddled him a little bit. And
It's
so
my beauty. I know, it's hard to contain. You'll say.
he starts to gag. So
I don't have a stomach, but it was still churning.
with that, Elias and Edgar are on the way to the library. So Edgar leads you all the way there. It's really far into the house. Obviously, it's just not way away from where you were. Passing by room after room after room, just going down the halls, and then eventually this big, kind of a boisterous door, like double door, leads into this very large and illustrious library. Edgar leads you over, gestures towards the doors. The doors float open, allowing you entry, and he floats in. He takes you up this spiral staircase up to like kind of a balcony looking over all the library itself, kind of looking over everything. And it's
You know, Edgar, you do a really good job of keeping this place pretty spick and span.
he just kind of gives a light nod, like a thank you. I appreciate that. In the middle of this balcony area, you see there is a pedestal, where that is where the library, where the book, the special book, is kept. Now, it is not in a clear case or anything like that. It is enclosed. He just kind of gestures towards the pedestal to allow you to examine it. As has been established before, he can't really interact with it because it's there on purpose, not to be touched.
Are there any tricks or traps I should know about with this setup?
He thinks, and he's like, basically, not that I know of. Like, he just kind of shakes his head, just like, I don't know. Well, basically, he does the gesture of, he gestures towards himself and shakes his head like, not me.
You can't tell me if the lady placed anything on it? Any sort of...
He just gestures towards his head, just like, not to my knowledge, like, I don't know.
Would an arcane check serve as like a low-level detect magic?
So an Arcana check, you can...
Or an arcana,
Yeah, well, I mean, you can... it's basically, I'm examining this thing to see if I know of any kind of magic center. So if a spell's cast and you want to check an Arcana check on it, it means, I want to know... I'm pretty sure I can guess what spell that was and how it works. And
Okay, I might do that.
But if you... Like,
Or,
an
no,
item
this would
that
actually
maybe...
probably be more of an investigation just to see if there's...
Yeah, it's either one way or the other. Because, like, if you want to look for magic stuff, it'd be Arcana. If you want to look for anything physical traps, whatever, that'd be
I
investigation.
mean, can I do both?
You can do separate checks, yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna roll.
It would stand to reason. You'd be like, "There's no physical traps. I should check for magic traps now." That kind of.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do investigation first,
Sure.
and then I'm gonna roll for Arcana just to make sure.
So how are you investigating?
I'll investigate up close through my familiar.
Your wee hoolet?
My wee hoolet.
If your hoolet dies,
Hooligan.
you're gonna be pissed.
You named it Hooligan.
Hooligan the hoolet.
Hooligan, yeah.
Forgot about that. I guess I didn't catch that before.
I'll be honest, I'm surprised I remembered. I thought I was gonna struggle.
Either I didn't recognize that or I just forgot it.
Hooligan the hoolet. Come, boy. Did I need to roll a DC or something, or
For your new investigation, right?
I'm doing investigation?
Yeah, so you're rolling your investigation check.
Oh, okay. Well, it wasn't great. It's gonna be a 5.
With a 5, yeah. No, unfortunately, you're not able to see anything that looks to be like a trap or anything like that. It all seems to be above board for you, from what you can tell.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
You feel safe.
that's good. I'm glad.
You feel really safe.
I need to
like
feel safe.
It's really, you feel like it's fine.
Arcana check next.
Sure, go to the Arcana check.
Ooh, that's a bit better. I wish I had gotten that before. It's gonna be a 21, a dirty 21. It was not. There wasn't.
Oh,
like
as opposed to a natural 21?
you know, a natural 20 plus 1.
With a dirty 21, you know, as opposed to a natural. With that Arcana check, you see that obviously you can, even people who are not magically inclined can feel the magical energy coming off of this area because of what's been going on with it. Everything, you know, it's been a very big magical artifact just sitting on this pedestal for hundreds of years straight. It's baked into this pedestal essentially. You don't see anything on there that looks to be, at least to your knowledge, a kind of warding spell or anything of that nature to, like, possibly cause any kind of explosions to the face if you try to open it up, or any kind of, like, poisons or anything like that, you know? Like, no.
Why'd you chuckle a bit when he said that?
Because I just imagined you touching it, just getting blasted in the face, like, ah! As far as you can tell, there is no magical booby traps, as it were.
Okay.
You do see energy coming off it. You do see, like, some runes that you recognize to be more, I guess, protection. A bit of warding to make sure that nobody can magically influence this.
All right. So, at 30 feet away, I'm going to.
Would you just walk up to this thing and just
No.
trust me?
Don't do it.
Why won't you
It's a
trust
trap.
me? I've given you no reason to not trust me this entire
To
time.
be fair, it is like I wouldn't trust her. Like I
Wow.
wouldn't trust Lady Ebonvale and her house of I don't know what's in it. So this house has already been trying to kill me. But I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and lift the physical book off of the pedestal.
It was like a glass case. It is entombed to this thing. So you want to try to lift the cover off, essentially?
I would like to try, yes.
Sure. Roll me an Arcana check on that to see if Mage Hand will be enough for that.
It's going to be a 17.
Okay, yeah. So you have your Mage Hand, and you begin to try and pry up one end, just kind of like unhinge, like lift it up a little bit. And that 17, you're actually able to get a good grip on it, essentially magically. 10 pounds of weight that the limit is for this thing. It feels like it's pushing that limit with this lid. Okay. This feels to be kind of like purposefully sturdy. And so with that, you find, you're struggling a little bit to keep the magic intact, but with that 17, you're able to pretty well. So what happens is you lift that lid up, and it flips back, and you see that the pedestal is empty.
Oh dear. Edgar, I'm assuming you didn't see that coming either.
Edgar is staring wide-eyed at the pedestal, like just...
I'm assuming that's not supposed to be empty, yeah?
He goes to lift his hand, and he does this a couple times. He gestures with his hand, and he realizes he can't summon the book anymore. Whiskers is sitting there, like as if they have the juiciest bit of gossip, just staring back and forth.
Elias looks at Whiskers. Could you let your mistress know the book isn't where it's supposed to be?
Like, tail up, kind of like just perky and everything, like loudly. And just kind of like walks off through the walls.
Okay. For a second, I was like, I should rephrase that. Oh, mighty feline pleasant creature of...
True master of this house.
Would you be so kindly to do this lowly servant a favor and let your mistress, not your controller, but who you deem to be your mistress,
your feeder, the person who feeds you,
your female butler.
Yeah, really, you're just two butlers to this guy.
Let her know that
and Edgar's the other butler.
Her pathetic magic book is not where it should be.
Yeah. So Edgar's just kind of sitting there slack-jawed, staring at the thing, like he's befuddled. He is confused. So what happens back in the room with Mr. Rupert and the two main characters here? Two of the main characters, I should say, not the two. You're included.
I'm the only main character here, let's be honest.
Okay. House caves in only on her spot. She dies.
Weird how that
Story's
happens.
over. No more haunted house. Back in that room, what happens is you guys are now with Rupert. Have you thought of a final question to ask him, or?
Beaker doesn't plan on asking him another question.
She really doesn't have anything to ask at this point, because yeah.
So, my weapon is a two-handed weapon. With my +4 strength, would I be able to make an attempt to roll enough to be able to wield it one-handed and smash, like, the little totem shrine to him with it?
Like, while you're still holding him, just reach with the other. Yeah. I mean, it would be something that I would say that your roll would be at disadvantage with it, but your damage, if you hit, would be lessened.
So I can roll that with disadvantage?
Yes, so if you roll with one hand while you're holding Rupert, it would be disadvantage on the roll, and then whatever damage you roll will actually have a minus to it. And we'll kind of base that off of how well you roll.
Okay, because I was thinking, like, when I take it out, it would be more of like a kind of getting a little bit of a spin on it, and then using just straight gravity with my arm just pushing it down.
Yeah.
With disadvantage, it is 23.
With disadvantage?
I rolled a 20 and a 19.
Good night, dude. Well, you didn't get that natural. All right. Okay. So then we'll subtract some damage off of that. But what's your damage on that?
12 straight damage. 3 radiant damage.
Oh, okay. So 15 total. And what we'll do is
because I can choose whatever element of this I want.
Yeah.
There you go.
With that, like, I was going to say that with you know, as we established, there'll be some subtraction to the roll. It's not going to be subtracted by much because you still got 20 plus. A natural 19 on the roll. Good night.
Yeah.
Disclaimer to everybody listening: we don't have to check his rolls. We could. It would just be boring at that point to check his rolls because he's legitimate. He doesn't lie. What happens there is you swing your is it your magnifying glass axe?
Yeah.
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 As you swing it, gosh.
I kind of like spin rotate it off my back and then
Crash
catch
into
it on the
this
downswing.
And what happens is, included in this altar, of course, was where his bones were located previously before they assembled.
That's why I went radiant, because I'm like, this is a like a totem. Like I need to give it some holy damage.
You got some pictures, of course, that were of him and Millicent. As you remember, there was actually a source of red light coming from this, a stone. As you hit this, what happens is the altar itself and like the that it was placed upon, and then like the picture, everything, all the decorations on there crash inside. But as soon as you make contact with that stone, you get blasted back by sufficient energy, almost basically equal to what you put upon it. And you hear Rupert begin to laugh. He's like, "Be careful, rolling some dice."
Rupert, you are just as annoying in the afterlife as you were in the real life.
Oh my god!
What'd you roll for?
I did the same thing.
19 and 20.
Yeah, with the same 2 dice. I crit on the same dice.
You taking a second swing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well.
That's hilarious.
With that, which that's an anomaly in and of itself. That is
it was the exact same
This
dice
man
too.
is a statistical black hole is what he is. Like all statistics go to him to die.
The blood die was a 20 last time, it was a 20 this time, and my half and half was a 19 last time and this time.
Yes, what happens is as you hit that again with your natural 19, again, same thing happens. Like you do more damage to the altar. Like the altar is like not holding up to this. Like it's getting hurt.
Beaker would be alternating the damage to see what's doing the most damage.
Makes sense.
It's like, oh, so radiant.
What you notice
okay,
that this
lightning.
This stone is actually seems to be attached to the wall itself, whereas like everything else was just kind of an altar built around up in this area. But so as you're hitting this thing directly, that bounces back yet again, and you hear more chuckles coming from Rupert. Just he says, "Be careful. You know not what you do."
I mean, I am the detective here, so I kind of feel like I know what I'm doing.
He looks over at Millicent. He says, "I see you've downgraded your pick of mates over the years."
Darling, you should know me better than that. He has no money or standing in society.
Yeah, you would be one to marry under your class.
No, I don't settle. Ever. You should know that by now.
Thank you. And he
She just rolls her eyes.
there was really no other way. It was either accept that you have low class or say he has class. Like there was no way for him to lose on that one. So what happens is about this time.
With that statement, I rage. You need to make a dex saving throw.
For the body? For the corpse you're carrying?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see.
Which
how
is
this
obviously going to be a disadvantage.
I mean, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, you're holding him. What's the DC?
14.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna go.
Now you're going to take lightning damage.
Like to the skeleton.
As part of being a barbarian, when he rages, part of it is he gains a storm aura. And what I had chosen was Aura of the Sea, which gives me lightning for any creature that I choose, one creature that I choose within 10 foot of me. And I can use this as a bonus action every turn.
Oh, okay.
As long as I'm raging. And it's the dex save over again. So it's 2d6s. 9. So it's 9 if you fail, you take full. It's a half if you pass 2. So you're gonna take no matter what.
So in this, what happens is as you rage and you hit this skeleton that you're holding in your hands, like
through my hand, like the my hand, like the those etchings of the lightning like courses through, and like goes straight into him.
Okay, yeah. So with what happens is this skeleton basically just it seems to fry right in front of you. Bones pop and then shatters. The skeleton just breaks apart, and then you hear the echoing laughter of Rupert as he drips away.
But, Mr. Beaker!
And Beaker lets out a very loud call, takes both hands on the axe, and strikes the stone.
Okay.
You lost him!
Roll it with not disadvantage, with like normal. See if you get that natural 20.
So it'll be a dirty 20.
Okay. What's the damage on that, though?
12 regular damage, and we'll just say it because I'm raging. It'll go... we'll do 12 regular damage, and because of the rage, it'll be 3 lightning damage.
Okay. Cool. So then, in this case, you get both hands on it, and then what happens is, it, again, blows you back, but this time because you're putting more force behind it, and you got both hands on it, it actually blows you back even more. So you get pushed back pretty hard on this one. Millicent, are you doing anything about this? Because he's going to probably keep bashing this thing.
So yeah, I rolled the dex, and he stands his ground. Like, he'll take a step back.
And he's
be
just
ready to
trying
use
to
that
beat
momentum.
this thing, basically.
Seems, yeah. You haven't seen a budge.
Mr. Beaker, I think that is quite pointless. I understand what you're trying to accomplish, but I don't think it's going to work.
He's gonna put the great axe behind him, and then he's gonna shake. He's gonna shake his.
Whiskers, no.
Oh, he's
Quiet
here
down.
again. He's
back.
here finally.
Could totally leave that in.
Put a bone
Oh,
rattle.
I'm absolutely
Put a
leaving
bone
that
rattle
in.
with all that meowing and everything like that, and make it good. You know.
Good boy. But yeah, he's gonna like give the same flick that he used to put the axe, like to use the axe. He's gonna use it to put it back, and then he's gonna shake his hands, and as he does, the gloves that he's wearing are going to ignite into flame, and he's going to pull out a flame blade, because one of the actions of the gloves is that as a bonus action at will, he can cast Flame Blade as an effication. The blade is similar in size and shape to a scimitar, and it lasts for a duration of 10 minutes. I can use this to make a melee attack, and on a hit, whatever I attack gets 3d6 of fire damage, which actually, the effect of this one's 4d6. So, and the room is brighter now. So, I'll go ahead and do that.
Cool beans.
Yeah. He's gonna let out another much louder raven-esque screech. 14 fire damage.
Ooh. Okay. You watch as he's like, "Rah!" and goes and he attacks with this thing, and fire damage, scorching the room around it. But like, and you notice that every time he hits it, it blasts backwards. But nothing actually. It seems to be budging on this stone. Millicent, anything you doing?
She's kind of shaking her head and just... She's actually going to try to persuade him to stop. Mr. Beaker, what you're doing is not working. You are just wasting your energy and your spells and your attacks. Let us regroup, wait for Mr. Elias to come back with my book, and we can figure it out from there. And she's actually going to try to persuade him, so I'm assuming I have to roll for that. He'll beat me because he's, you know, him.
You can make a
but-
persuasion roll, and then he can contest that with a charisma save.
Which will utterly destroy anything I'm trying to do because of his dice rolls.
I mean, I'm also raging, so I feel like I'm gonna care a little bit less right now.
True.
Let me try.
I can try.
23.
Do you wish to contest this, or are you trying to? You just letting it go?
I mean, the only way I'll be able to beat it is with a nat 20, because I only have a +2 charisma.
I'm actually going to beat him on a dice roll? Wow.
Unless he gets a nat 20.
His chances are way higher than most people's.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one time she's like, "Ah!"
Yeah, so with that, you are, as you're going at it and everything, going crazy, she gets through to you. her words connect, and you're just like, yeah, she's probably right.
Millicent would like to look at this stone and try and figure out, like, is it vulnerable to anything? What kind of magic is it exuding? That kind of thing.
That would be Arcana.
Arcana?
Yeah.
Okay. Uno momento. 19.
With the 19 Arcana, yes, you can get a pretty good feel of it. You know that this is very powerful energy coming off this thing. Everything he's doing is not affecting it. Every time he takes a hit at it, you notice it's not really touching the crystal. It's almost as if it's protected.
Mr. Beaker, it does appear that this stone has some sort of force field around it to protect it. I do believe we would have to somehow dismantle that before we could even touch the stone. Do you have any suggestions?
Have the attacks stopped at this point, Mr. Beaker?
I am going to take a breath.
Whiskers, I told you already to please stop and be quiet. We're trying to focus.
It's the most in character your voice has been the entire time. Like, it was just to berate the real life cat.
I have
He's
some...
like, I've got a message to tell you.
I've been sent here.
They're doing things to your tone. He is going to come out of rage, take a deep breath, close his eyes, and then he's going to put his hand out and touch the stone. And I'm casting Identify.
Cool.
Barbarian with magic, bro.
Look at you, yeah. With your Identify, is it using the spell, or is it ritual, or what?
It's a touch spell.
Gotcha. Are you casting the spell using a spell slot, or are you using it as a ritual, where you like just don't have to burn a spell slot, but it takes 10 minutes?
It's a ritual cast.
Okay, so you're gonna be there for the next 10 minutes. So he stopped attacking, and he's like, fine. Reaches out and touches this thing. So then what happens is, about that time, Whiskers comes through.
No, he's already been here.
Yeah, he's been here apparently. He's like, I've been waiting. No. Whiskers comes through. Pops
Tully,
through the wall.
meow. Meow again, Tully. We need you.
Stop name dropping my cat.
Oh, I can't name drop the cat.
No.
Tully.
He didn't agree.
We haven't really established if you understand meows. Like, I don't think we understand that you guys you can straight up communicate with the cat. More just you can talk to the cat and the cat understands you.
Yeah.
Not the other way around. But the cat comes through and just reports to you.
Can we just say I cast message and that's how we talk?
I mean, he responded to message canonically with a
True. Hello, Whiskers. What did you find?
Just kind of gives like a kind of a head like shake of like, wait, you're not gonna believe this, lady. He kind of looks at you. He just kind of gives some short meows and just gestures towards the door, and then the cat just for some reason a series of meows goes through, and you definitely interpret it as the book's gone.
They did what to my book?
Not very long after the cat gets there, you guys have had time to. The cat was faster than you. Cat just goes through walls.
Right.
Edgar was escorting you. So Elias and Edgar eventually show back up about a few minutes later and are like, Edgar just kind of like looks in the hallway timidly.
Edgar, Whiskers has already told me.
He just gestures like, wasn't me. I'm not, hands up and everything like that.
How is it possible?
It seems
Shrug.
your dear Rupert has played a bit of a trick on us and moved the book. At least I'm assuming it's him.
There was a decent amount of protection magic around that book. Do you care to explain me how it's possible that he would have moved it at all?
Perhaps he's had some assistance from someone.
Well, I suppose there are a few rather upset husbands with me. Let's see, I've had 26 husbands. Pretty sure that at least 20 of them were not quite happy.
That's not a surprise. Have you
bad
guys figured
ratio.
out what's going on around with the... And he looks at the bones. Like, dashed, destroyed powder?
The dust.
No,
Powder?
they're charred and they're just been the skeleton has been shattered apart.
Have
well,
you made any progress with all that?
well, Mr. Beaker, got a little heated, and then he heated up the bones, and then Rupert went away, and we found out that the stone has protection magic around it, sort of like a force field. So no, not really. Not any good steps, at least.
Are we able to see if there's any, like, writing or anything on the stone? Is there, like, some indication?
There is a very
of
bright
why?
orange light coming off of it, so if you wanted to look closely at it, it's very bright. So, like, you can't see anything writing on it unless you were to get very close to it to read on it.
I also understand Abyssal and Undercommon, so if there's anything written on it in that,
Awesome.
just for knowledge. Though, if it was anything, it'd probably be more Infernal.
With your original casting of the Identify spell, you are able to identify very powerful, imprisoned spell. In this case, yes, it is a very powerful protection spell over this particular item. And until that spell has been dispelled, cast, or whatever, like some way to get this, the conditions have been met for this spell, it's going to be there.
Can we figure out what conditions those are?
There's no way to figure it out right now, but it seems to be that somebody is trying to keep you away from that magic book.
And Identify wouldn't allow me to know that? What conditions would be met for the spell to be ended?
Well, I mean, would that be communicated through the Identify spell? Let me check real quick. Let me just see what the verbiage is on Identify.
You touch an object through the spell's casting. If it's a magic item or some other magical object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement, how many charges it has. You learn whether any ongoing spells are affecting the item and what they are. And if the item was created by a spell, you learn the spell's name.
Yeah, I forgot how detailed. Like, Identify is extremely detailed on that. So yes, actually, you would understand that the conditions to be met with this would be there is a certain incantation within that magic book that, if done the right way, will dispel the barrier on this, and that protection spell will go away.
Do I know this incantation by heart, considering it's my book?
Currently, you don't know a damn thing.
What happens is the incantation, it gives you a proper name, but it is what it comes down to essentially is a very powerful form of dispel magic.
While I'm here, I'm also going to be studying the stone itself. Investigation.
Yeah.
17.
On that, with Elias, were you wanting to investigate as well?
I will walk over there and do an investigation check. Is this going to be more of a Arcana?
No, this would be investigation.
Okay.
Do you have any kind of proficiency on investigation or Arcana? Either one?
I have a white dot on both.
A white dot on both?
Yep.
Oh,
So I'm assuming I have proficiency.
Sorry. Yeah, you're on D&D Beyond. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, so that means you have proficiency in either. So you can either roll probably a better. I don't know how your actual Arcana is, if it's better than your investigation, but
They're both negative ones. They're intelligence based.
yeah,
I'm a barbarian.
So you're obviously going to be better at either of those. So what you can do is you can assist him on the investigation and give him advantage, so he can roll again, or you can roll your Arcana by yourself, and it would just be your own roll.
I'll also be relaying the information that I was just given to you guys, so now you know. It appears it's a very powerful protection magic.
Well, there were...
It needs a very specific set of incantations from your book, actually.
Well, do you know which incantations? I know some of them by heart. I've read the book thousands of times over the years.
You need to dispel the magic using incantations from your book, specifically.
Well, there were 3 or 4 in there. I would assume that the strongest one would work.
I've also got something else I can add to it, if I so desire. So,
Do you somehow have Warlock Bless or Warlock like guidance?
knowledge from a past life
Ah, okay.
basically works as guidance, but it's limited.
It's also like just to you specifically, right?
Yeah, I can't pass it to
Yeah.
anybody. So
I love how guidance has become one of your go-tos in your repertoire. You're like, I need mage hand, I need guidance, I need
if I'm a cleric,
For
I'm
me,
gonna have
it's
guidance.
message.
message and lucky for you. You won't have a character without message. And then you're a wild card, sir. You just pick whatever the hell you want.
Basically.
Yeah, I'm the same way though on that. I kind of just go, this feels right for the character. I don't care what I have other than that, you know.
Yep.
I do like the lucky feat. Lucky feat is fun.
Actually, I lied. My investigation's a +3.
Oh really? What happened?
With the Kinku Recall, you have proficiency in 2 skills of your choice. Moreover, you can give yourself advantage on the skill checks that you're proficient with before rolling the d20. And I have investigation and athletics. Because I figured if he's going to be a fake detective, he would feel like he's proficient in it.
Absolutely.
So I'll take the plus.
I went on my own. My total was 11.
He's all alone now.
With an 11 on your Arcana.
Yep.
And you, sir, rolled your investigation by yourself. What was that result?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. So, with you giving more of a thorough examination to this thing, take a look at it. You do
Standing there for 10 freaking minutes.
I mean, yeah, at that point. But that 10 minutes is concentrating on your identity spell.
That's true.
Then after that, you get to go, well, maybe take a closer look physically now with your Arcana, with your 11. Looking at this stone itself, looking at the engravings and everything, you're not able to suss out specifically where it's from. It does seem to be some kind of dark magic, though, that possibly infernal. Which leads us over to Mr. Beaker over here.
I was like, I took the wrong language and I know it.
Well, you would listen to what you said, and it was like, it was Abyssal and Underdark is what it was? Undercommon.
And then I
Yeah.
was like, I bet it's freaking infernal.
I was sitting there going like, oh no. Just
Dude,
run it right. You beat around the bush on that one.
I was so thinking about it too. I was like, Undercommon?
I took the other ones also.
You took Abyssal?
I took Abyssal. I've got Abyssal, Deep Speech, and Sylvan.
Good night, guys. Well, I mean, yeah, in case you ran across any phase.
Common, deep speech, and elvish are what Millicent can speak. What?
We all literally took everything around the one we needed.
That's just funny.
Yeah.
Can I contact the other plane?
Can you contact the other plane?
Yeah, so I actually get like a free contact the other plane. Because there is a penalty to contacting the other. There's a potential penalty. So I have, it says contact patron. You always have contact with contact other plane. Prepared once per long rest, you can cast a spell without expending a spell slot to contact your patron, and you automatically succeed on the spell saving throw.
Okay. So, you want to contact your patron specifically through the contact other plane.
Yeah, which
Okay.
is communicating through the lantern.
Gotcha. Which makes sense. What are you wanting to, before we
And
even
essentially the voice can be anything you choose, because
Yeah.
it's essentially a soul, that it's some passed on spirit it will communicate through. And it
You get to talk.
stuff, what are you wanting to fish out?
I hate to be, well, I guess I should be direct. I want to know what the writing says.
You just want
I was
translation?
honestly wondering if it could almost
I
fit
kind of figured that's where you were going.
as
but-
a slight, not exactly, but a possible like comprehend languages. Just being
I mean,
like,
you can-
hey, patron.
just so
you
you
happen to know-
I don't speak this language. You do. Tell me what this says, please.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting, but I wanted to make sure I understood what you were going for. So, for flavor, what does your contact other plane look like? Sir, how do you do that?
So like I said, the lantern will actually move and float in front of me from, like I said, always hanging over my right
Yeah, it's
shoulder.
always there.
It'll actually kind of hover in front of me, almost like a telepathic signal connecting. Like it understands, okay, this is happening now. And it'll flare up again. It's got this blue light inside of it that flares up and getting brighter. And I ask my question. Fair patron, we do not understand the language written on this stone. Could you perchance illuminate our way and guide us to understanding what it says? And from there, however it chooses to respond,
So
like I said,
the lantern glows brighter than standard, but brighter than normal. So then it is. You see, when you gaze into the lantern, you see flame, but you also see what almost appears to be like visages of faces drifting in and out.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like thousands and thousands upon thousands of souls are actually drifting into this lantern. Whether that be the souls that are commanding you, or souls that have been collected by you, or by all these other places, possibly, to guide them to the other side. You could be the pass-through place for all you know.
You're
But
right.
You see these different faces and different visions in there. And then that's what you see normally when you gaze into the lantern. This time what you see is that flame kind of dies down, and then a singular face appears before you, never taking a solid form. It seems to be kind of shifting in and out of different forms. Like it would a different set of eyes, and then it will shift to a new one, then instead of another nose, a chin, all these different features shifting and weaving in and out of each other, never taking a single solitary face. And that is the conduit it decides to speak to you from. So what happens is you call it forth, you ask it, and then it basically saying, "Hey, can you translate this for me?" It floats over towards the stone, looks it over, and comes back to you, and you hear the voice just say, "An incantation meant to contain many souls at once. This is the artifact we sent you after. This contains the souls of many powerful beings all at once. Take it. And then it just drifts.
So that was your intention all along. All right, now I have a direction.
So finally.
You're being a wee bit vague there, but I see you finally gave me some proper answers.
I will say that because this is a you thing, you two, neither of you hear the voice or anything from the lantern whatsoever.
I assumed as much.
Sadly makes sense.
Yeah, Millicent over there like, I want this gossip. I want this tea.
She wants all the tea.
So, is it saying that the spell is made up of
The
souls?
stone,
Like it's powered?
the stone has
The
been
stone,
enchanted
which is- Okay.
with that. Basically, its own imprisonment type thing. You know, it has
Which
been,
it's protected by the spell.
Yes, you understand it quite well with not understanding Infernal, but you are able to understand that with your investigation, you do see that obviously, even to the untrained eye, a lot of magic coming off this thing. But you actually do notice what appears to be the light is dancing behind the stone, as if there's a lot of magical movement in it. Now, Elias understands what this would be in this case. You may not understand it fully, but you understand that there is something powerful behind. Like, this is a strong artifact, a very strong artifact.
So, Lady Ebonvale,
Yes, Mr. Beaker. What can I do for you?
have you always had this wall ornament?
Mr. Beaker, I didn't really bother myself with what my husband's did, so I don't know what is supposed to be here and what's not, and what was or wasn't here.
So it's a long form no.
No, my boy. Did you not listen? I was basically saying I do not know.
No,
I don't know. Oh, for the love of God.
You don't know.
You do a terrible impression of me.
Elias, it sounds spot on.
Clap.
A little golf clap.
I can't do it perfectly, but a
I know,
Kenku
I
could
know.
do it perfectly.
But
Well,
she
well,
would
here's
still
the-
say it's
I
a terrible
Oh no,
was
she,
gonna say-
no matter
yeah,
what
I know.
your impersonation is.
I know. I know.
She'd be so self-absorbed. It'd be like, no, that's not how I sound.
I
Right.
do not sound like that, even the slightest.
It's quite perfectly, exactly the way that you speak in every way.
If you would like to think that way, then very well, but you're wrong, so whatever.
Don't have to think about it. Kenkus specifically speak everything perfectly as they've heard it, as long as they've heard it.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, dear. Anyways,
With my
back
eyes
to the
closed helps
problem.
pretty good, actually.
It sounds like she's just talking to herself. Like, if you close your eyes, just like, it just sounds like you're talking to yourself.
Back to the problem at hand.
Now, to address what we talked about earlier, with you knowing the incantation, here's what I've decided. Give me this will be a history check on yourself. It'll be with advantage, because of the fact that this is a well-known subject to you, this is all your stuff, to see how well it comes up. Now, with you having intelligence, this should be a pretty easy roll for you, especially with advantage.
22.
So you rolled a 22.
Indeed.
Yes, okay. With that, I will say yes, you do remember quite well the incantations in order and the way what is needed for this spell to possibly be broken up.
Millicent's just going to turn to Mr. Beaker and Elias. Gentlemen, I do believe I've recalled the spell needed to fix this issue. Shall we try? Would you like to hold my hands? It does work better if we all work together. Just feel the magic course through you.
Is this a trap?
Oh, no, my boy, no.
Is this how you get your husbands?
By golly, no. Not in that jacket.
I was wondering the same thing myself.
Gentlemen, I am not in the market for a husband. I've quite enjoyed being single. It's just me and Whiskers and Edgar, and I quite like it that way.
Edgar's still at the doorway, just kind of like
As long as we
looking
understand.
around, like.
I solemnly swear that you will not be bound to me in matrimony or any other way.
I'm afraid I'm already spoken for.
Well,
By
then it
death.
works out.
I'm spoken for death.
Basically.
I can't help but notice the way that those were put into specific direction. The cat, then the butler.
Well,
You
This
look
means
over-
that Edgar's not as important as the cat.
You look over at Edgar.
I wonder how
and
that
he's
makes
just,
Edgar feel.
Edgar is just like shaking his head solemnly, no, like knowingly. Just I know.
Oh, don't worry,
The
my
man-
boy. Edgar knows his place, and he's fine with it.
As I suspected, the man knows his place as what he's told by his master, a mistress in this case. What an eternity to be living.
Oh, he quite
I
enjoys
wonder
it.
how he feels about that, honestly.
Oh, he loves
I'll have to get
it,
him away
darling.
from her at some point.
Wha-
And maybe
what-
be able to
no.
ask her myself.
Edgar is staring off into middle space. Just
Aw. See, player me
I
feels
hear-
bad for Edgar.
I hear
but
all of this. Like I'm hearing all of this, and I
For
feel
Edgar.
every bit of it. He's like,
When you're put below the cat.
at least he knows he's being seen. You know, like Edgar's like, well, at least I'm known.
You know, I complimented him earlier.
And the whole
did,
time
yeah.
Beaker's staring at him while
Yeah.
he's talking.
Are we to recite the incantation or not?
The risk inherent here is that I give her my hand, and then suddenly my soul is whisked away to join the legions of ones that she's already taken in the crypts, or to become like Edgar.
He's not 100% convinced you're not doing this. Like he's.
I give you my word that I will not entrap you in any way, marriage or otherwise.
To take the word of this lady could
Edgar's
mean the end of what's going on, or
She's gonna
Could
try
be
to
the end of
persuade
Beaker.
him at this point.
Roll an active persuasion check. Okay, cool.
Nat 20 plus 9.
I mean, you are monologuing.
you know, I'm going to.
Are you gonna contest?
I'm not going to contest that roll with a check if the DM's okay with that. I'd like to contest that roll with a percentage to see if my monologue is distracting enough to where I don't care. Because
gotcha.
I am monologuing, so I'm in my head speaking out loud.
So let's establish the parameters here. High, low. What are we doing?
High, we'll say high. I'm not hearing it. 65.
Oh, that's technically high. With your natural 20, though, now here's the deal.
Plus 9.
Plus 9, so it's 29. That's a really high roll.
I can't beat it if I rolled against it. So
The distraction is going to play an effect into it. However, let's go ahead and roll your charisma save is what it is, and then what we'll say is that we'll see how badly it affects you.
oh yeah, it's only a 16.
Okay, so
My
that
charisma's
means
super low.
you're 13 off there now, which means
Yeah.
you're distracted by you're hearing her and you're like, this might actually. It sounds like a good idea to you. Now, I will never say you have to do what they say now because it's still up to you. I will say, while you're distracted by your own monologuing, you're going at it, and then like you're hearing the words that are keywords are getting through, and you're just kind of like, that actually sounds pretty important. I probably should help with that. But like, I'll let you decide how you react to a 13 difference between you and her.
Are you already holding my hand, Elias?
Well, I didn't want to interrupt, but I was going to say, yeah, Elias just goes ahead and grabs her hand. I would say you feel it cold and clammy, but I'm assuming you're probably cold and clammy yourself.
I would assume so, yeah.
So
There's
probably
not any temperature.
Yeah, if
It's
anything, it just she doesn't.
They
feel
just
anything.
feel the same.
There's like no difference.
Elias, hold my...
Oh, you are.
Oh, all right.
I'm ready. My patron will
He's
protect
like, I'm ready to
me.
help. He's so happy. He's like, I'm helping.
Yeah, let's be honest. Your patron would not let your soul go anywhere.
That's kind of what I'm banking on.
Yeah, just as he's monologuing, he'll just, absently put his hand out as he's just talking to himself.
So, Millicent, you snatching his hand in to do the incantation?
Well, as you're animatedly talking then, she's just going to go, hurry up with it. There's no time to waste. And she's going to grab your hand. She's going to just start chanting, and you'll see her eyes kind of start blazing a little bit. It looks like a fire is kind of just stoked in her eyes, and her eyes just kind of go really dark and like coal black, and she's staring off into just kind of space, like she's there but she's not there, if that makes sense. And she says, silken threads of fate, I seize thee. Knots of will unravel my breath by hand. By candle flame and coffin nail, by marrow's dust and mirror's veil, I strip thee bare of false adornments. What has wrought shall now decay. What was bound shall break away. No ward, no lock, no spell shall stand, when torn asunder by my command. So I decree, so it is done, by blood of night and tongue of one. The weave is cut, the power falls. Obey, unbind, or perish within these haunted halls.
Damn sure not repeating that 10 times.
Shut up.
All right, everybody say that 10 times fast. All at once. And if you're out of sync even a little bit, it doesn't work.
I use my King 2 ability to just do it.
Yeah, it's true.
I've heard it now. Boom, baby.
I can do it now.
I'm done.
Elias is over there like, do the like blood of the one tongue of the one.
Purple burglar. We're providing the harmony.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What happens is as you do this incantation, you guys actually begin to feel the magic flowing through you. Actually, your lantern
Blazing
actually,
lantern, yeah.
your lantern's actually glowing brighter and things like that. So there's magical energy all around you, absorbing into the air around you. All this magical energy through the room, channeling through you two, being focused into Millicent as she does her incantations. The energy building, and you feel it focused on that barrier between you and the magical artifact. And you actually hear a crack. You see the barrier itself shatter, fade apart, and the stone is now there on the wall. It seems the incantation not only took, but actually was able to kick through and effectively break that barrier apart.
Brace yourselves. Rupert should be coming at any moment.
Axe.
Oh, for the love.
And swing.
As you swing, sir. I was waiting for it. As you swing, what happens is the room begins to actually warp and shift. And you actually hear the laughter of Rupert coming through once more. Thank you for doing the final step in my one move I needed. And you actually find yourself flung out of the room, flung across the house. It seems as though you're traveling through interdimensional space at this point. Nothing in your control. Everything is... Until finally, you find yourself back in the foyer. The fireplace alight with a huge flame, essentially.
Whiskers.
All the candles are lit, everything, the very bright hallway, illuminating the stormy night as well. But what happens is, through the fireplace, yet again, you see the flames grow. Out steps a full-bodied Rupert. And he says, You did the last step. You freed my soul. Now, I can end you myself.
Bring it on.
Hey party people, thank you so much for listening and coming on this adventure with us. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Dice Party podcast, and also please rate our podcast on your favorite podcast platform. You can also find us on social media, that way you can keep up with all the latest Dice Party news. I hope you'll join us on our next adventure. See you later!